Hello, I'm Jamie with the Volusia County Public Library. In this video, you will learn how to make a cat scratch pad out of cardboard. You will need the following: lots of cardboard, a utility knife, a marker, a ruler, and you may want a cutting mat as well. You'll need some kind of tape. I have packing tape today, but you could use masking tape or you could even use a hot glue gun. And optional, you may want some catnip, a piece of felt for the bottom of your pad, and some decorative paper for the side. We're going to start by measuring 4-inch wide strips of cardboard. And we want our cardboard to end up so that these ridges here are across the top. That's what your cat's going to use to scratch their nails on. So I'm going to go ahead and use my ruler. I'm measuring from the end here in so that my scratch pad will end up being 4 inches tall basically. So you're going to go ahead and make those marks. I took my box and cut it on one side to open it up. So I'm going to make those marks all the way down and then use my ruler to line up with them and use my utility knife to go ahead and cut those 4-inch strips. And you're going to cut a lot of those with all the boxes that you have. And you can see at this part I'm going to be making small pieces, but when I get towards the center of the box, this is going to give me one big long piece. So the more of those long pieces you can make, the less gluing and taping you'll have to do later on. But of course, it's whatever boxes you have will work. So go ahead and cut all of your 4-inch wide strips, and I'll meet you back here when you're done. So we have all of our pieces cut now. I'm going to start with my smaller pieces. So if you have those, I'd recommend doing them for the center as well. That saves your longer pieces as your circumference of your cat scratcher starts to grow. So I also recommend taking them and kind of pre-bending them. So you'll feel those ridges in there. I have tape on here, so it's starting to snap too as I roll. And just kind of give it a roll in will help as we start to actually roll the piece of cardboard. You can also take your utility knife and score along here if you have trouble rolling, especially these center pieces. So what we're going to do is start at one end of our cardboard. I'm actually going to start here because it feels like this one's been pressed down a little more. And we're going to tightly fold it over and start rolling. So this first one is the worst, I promise, it gets better. And you want to try and make it as tight as you can, because this will be the center of your cat scratcher. So as you can see, the top has those ridges in there, which if you've bought a cardboard cat scratcher before, that's what shows on the top of them. So that's the part we want. And when you get to the end, this is where you're either going to hot glue or you're going to tape your end. I'm going to go ahead and use tape today. So I have a piece here and we're going to tape that down. So there is the first part. This will be the center of our roll. So I'm going to take my other one, go ahead and give that a quick score. As you get bigger and bigger and don't have to wrap as tight, it does get easier and less necessary to do this kind of pre-creasing. So we're ready to take our second piece and we're gonna add it on to our growing cat scratch pad here. I found that lining it up here just kind of makes it easier to have an even top there. So this is, you're gonna glue or tape your second piece on. And then we're gonna continue to roll. So it does kind of help to use a hard surface too. You can kind of roll along that. So you're wanting to make it nice and tight so it doesn't have too many holes in there, so the cardboard's all lined up. So when we get to the end, we're going to tape this again or hot glue it and then continue to add the pieces until you get to the diameter of the scratch pad that you would like to have. So continue to add those pieces and I'll meet you back here after that. So I finished rolling all of the cardboard and getting it to the size that I wanted. This was about 4 boxes worth. I kept the larger pieces for the outside. You can see how we have that corrugated on the top here. If you'd like, you can take a piece of felt or an additional piece of cardboard and you can glue it to the bottom. So this way it'll help contain any of the pieces of cardboard, or if you'd like to sprinkle a little catnip on there to incentivize your cat to use the cat scratch pad, it won't just fall through onto your floor. So if you do that, you'll want to hot glue it. I don't think taping the bottom onto it will work. You can also, if you'd like, get some decorative paper, or you could even do markers. If you have kids, let them decorate the outside of your circle here to make it fit in with your decor, or draw some cats on there. And your cat scratch pad is ready to go. I hope you have enjoyed learning how to make this recycled cat scratch pad from cardboard. If you're interested in learning more about cats, you can check out these books and more at your library. And remember, stay crafty, Volusia.